welcome to HerbalBowl. My name is Judith, and today I'll be showing you what I eat in a day. As a little disclaimer before the video starts, a lot of the food shown in the video are not necessarily recipes, but more so to kind of give you an idea or inspiration on things that you could be eating right now. I am a nutrition major, so a lot of the stuff inside my pantry, I must admit, is a little bit excessive, but I'm a big fan of getting to try new products and learning about different types of flowers. So in the video, there's going to be like a few very random packets of like sauces or something that are leftovers that I collect from other meals that I didn't finish, and I just repurpose them into some other dish. But without further ado, let's get on to the video. Alright, so I usually start the day off by drinking some water, so I'm refilling my cup, and I usually keep this cup around with me, so I'm giving you the reminder to drink your water today. So for breakfast today, I'm having a yogurt bowl and some coffee. I'm boiling my coffee here, so exciting. And I usually always buy whole beans as well, and I grind them up myself. I'm just pouring the coffee beans that I need for the week in a jar to measure out, and then I'm just gonna blend them up in the Vitamix, and then you'll see how easy it is to get some ground up beans. And this didn't take a lot of time either, it only took like a few seconds, but the beans are nice and ground up. And I'm refilling my jar here. Alright, so once my water is nice and boiled, I'm going to put it into my coffee pot maker, and I'm just using the freshly ground coffee. And something that I saw from the Bon Appetit YouTube channel is that one of them talked about blooming the coffee, which is just pouring a little bit of the hot water first and then pouring the rest of the water. So I've been trying my coffee out that way ever since watching it, and you can tell a difference, I would say, in like the strength of coffee or like just the flavor. But yeah, definitely bloom your coffee first. And here I'm just opening up my yogurt, and I'm using the Chobani oat and it has it's blueberry flavored, and it has some granola, and I'm just adding that onto my bowl here. And then I also use hemp seeds, I use some sunflower seeds and chia seeds, and I also use shredded coconut. And I also had some dragon fruit chips laying around, which is kind of cool because I didn't know that dragon fruit could be freeze dried, but I mean, you could probably freeze dry everything though, no, right? And that is it. I'm just making my coffee now, and for the coffee, I usually add some kind of milk creamer, and I had some oat milk, and oat milk and coffee is so good together. I would recommend it. And yeah, this is what I had for breakfast: a yogurt bowl and some coffee. And for lunch, I'm going to be using some tofu scramble leftovers and cooking up a sweet potato and a smoothie. So here I'm just chopping up the vegetables that I'm using for the leftover tofu scramble that I made the night before. I also have some chopped zucchini already in the container there, and I'm using some shallot because that's what I had in my pantry, and I'll also be using the sweet potato peeling the sweet potato, and then I'm gonna cube it up. Nice. Alright, so now I'm gonna get some garlic and chop that up to release all of that good allicin. I'm just kidding. If you don't know what allicin is, it's a garlic compound. Anyways, I'm gonna take my stuff over to the stove now and using some olive oil for the sweet potatoes. And I'm gonna fry those up to get them a bit crispy, and feel free to skip the oil if you want. I've seen people kind of steam the potatoes, so you can steam them as well. And I have more olive oil in a different pan, and I'm just cooking up my veggies. And I add salt and pepper to both pans here because I'm a fantastic multitasker. And I'm using the Bragg's 24 spices mix. I found it at Sprouts for the sweet potatoes, and it's basically just like a blend of different herbs and spices in one jar. And then half of the garlic and half of the shallot in each pan. And then I add some nutritional yeast because I add that to every single one of my dishes. But nutritional yeast is good for your vitamin B12, and it has like a cheesy flavor. And here I'm just dumping my leftover tofu scramble into my veggies. And for my sweet potatoes, I'm going to steam them off at the very end until they're nice and done. And now I just plate everything together. And I had some fresh spring onions in my fridge, so I used some of those and a parsley leaf. Nice. And time for my green smoothie. So I'm using spirulina, a nice packet, some fresh pineapple, frozen blueberries, frozen dragon fruit, and frozen bananas. I also froze my baby kale, which is because it was going bad and I needed to figure out a way to make it long lasting because greens are a thing right now. And I'm just gonna add everything into the blender, have some hemp seeds and some chia seeds, and depending on how I want my smoothie, I'll add more or less water. Today I wanted a not so thick smoothie, so I added more water. And blueberries and spirulina make brown smoothies. It doesn't look good, but it was really good. And that was my lunch. So for dinner, I'm going to be having some vegan chicken, some rice, and split pea soup. So I am just measuring a cup of the rice and a cup of the green split wow, that's a tongue twister. Green split peas. I'm measuring a cup of each and then rinsing them well. And I'm just making some vegan broth here. I'm making 2 cups worth inside 1 cup, so you just double the amount of seasoning per cup. And I did that because I'll be adding more water into this vegan chicken stock. Alright, and here I am multitasking again with water in both pots. I'm making rice and the green split peas. So yeah, I just cook the rice according to instructions on the packaging. And for my green split peas, I'm going to be using onion and garlic powder, and I have the 24 spices from Bragg's. And I also added the chicken stock, or vegan chicken stock, into that pot with around 4 more cups of water and the 1 cup of split peas. And I used Gardein vegan chicken, which is one of my favorites. All of the Gardein line is pretty good for people who want to try vegan alternatives to meat. I try not to have this often, but right now it's my comfort food and it feels so good. But yeah, right now I'm also self-isolating by myself, so like everything I make has to be portioned. And this is nice since it's freezer friendly. Anyways, I had a random sauce packet of teriyaki that I also used, and I added some sesame seeds. And now here's the plating. Some green onions on top. And I cannot not put sriracha, so I put sriracha on there. And that was my dinner with a bowl of green split pea soup also. And now for my nightcap, which is basically a midnight snack, I'm having little oranges, some dried mango, some prunes, I think. Yes, prunes, a date, and cashews. And then usually my little fun activity for the night is drawing and remembering to drink my water. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this gave you some inspiration on things that you could be eating. Also, remember to keep doing your passion. So if you like drawing, go draw something right now. Thanks for watching. Bye.